We are entering the new year. This is so hard to believe, but 2023 is just around the corner, and in this case, in 2 days. And I wanted to sit down and have a chat with you about setting some goals and visions for the new year. Don't exit out of this conversation quite yet. I promise this is not going to be a video about unrealistic goals, changing our life drastically in one day. No, this is just about setting some goals that you can reflect and refer to on the daily as the year and days go by. I have implemented a few ideas last year in January 2022 with the help of realigning myself when it comes to being consistent, sticking to my goals, seeing my visions through on the daily, whether it was through personal growth, business growth, and my sport growth. But first, if you are new here, hey, hi, and hello, I am Angelisa, a dirt bike and snowmobile enthusiast who loves to share thoughts, ideas, tricks, and tips when it comes to our sports. And today we are going to talk about setting goals, whether it's for personal, business, or for your sports. 2021, like most, was a horrible year for me. The amount of loss and grief that I endured broke me. I don't want to dive into that today, but I knew I wanted to change something in January of 2022. I wanted to feel me again, to feel happy, and to be creative and to find my spark again. So I took it upon myself and decided to change things up when it came to my January New Year ritual. I decided to approach goal setting and keeping my visions high and really honing in on making steps to achieve these goals and visions for the new year. I knew I had to create something different in order to make those small changes every single day to find myself and to find forgiveness and to find happiness. And let's just say, as I reflect back on 2022, I sit here so incredibly happy and grateful and just in awe. I created ideas and visions that I set for myself, and I am blown away with how many of those ideas and goals came to life. From business goals, YouTube goals, podcast goals, Airbnb goals, enduro track goals, dirt bike drill goals, my gal pal dirt bike and snowmobile trip goals, and just so much more. It's insane to look back and be able to check off what I set out exactly a year ago and to see the steps that I took to make these dreams a reality. So you're probably wondering, how did I change my approach to setting goals for the year? Well, instead of creating a vision board, which I did every single year, I decided to create a vision journal, and some people call it a vision Bible. And I actually came across a YouTube a year ago about creating vision boards, and I saw this vision Bible YouTube video, and it changed my perspective on setting goals. And I'll see if I can find that link or find that video, and I will post it in the description box below. But if I can't, I hope that I can at least share what I have done to you to see how it worked for me, and maybe it'll work for you as well. Inside my vision journal, I started my reflection of the past year. I started from January all the way through to December. After that, I chose 5 words going into the new year. These words are something that excite me and align with my core values and what I want to feel going into the new year. I wrote down what I wanted personally, what I wanted for my business, my sports, and I also filled pages on every single topic of images of the goals that I wanted to manifest. So, after all of that, this is going to be a mini small workshop, if you will. So if you want to grab a pen and paper and jot some of these ideas down, you're more than welcome. And if you're driving and you're listening to this podcast, I recommend on replaying this episode after you arrive to your destination and you have some time to yourself. In this episode, we're going to list the supplies needed for our project, a list of questions to ask yourself, a quick meditation, and I will go over some of my goals that have come true for me in 2022. And after our chat, you'll begin the process of collecting images for your vision journal. All right, so I want you to find a journal book, preferably a new one. It can be plain or lined, and if you don't have one, you can purchase the Inhale the Two-Stroke and Exhale the Bullshit notebook, which was designed by me, with the link in the description box below. And this is what the book looks like, and it is lined. So it's a perfect journal book that aligns with our sports, whether you're a dirt biker or a sledder. 2, you will need a pen to write with. You can get some fancy pens, colorful pens, whatever you want. If you love to doodle and create, then I suggest on getting a few colorful pens. If not, a blue pen, which I also love. I always have a blue pen. That will do as well. 3rd, you want to find a song that you love and that you can listen to on repeat. 4, we will do a quick meditation in this episode. 5, you will be instructed to collect images and print them out after this video. And 6, if you really want to get cozy, you can light a candle, have a tea or coffee, whichever you prefer. All right, let's drop in. With your journal in front of you, this is going to be your sacred vision journal. This book will live on your nightstand for the remaining of the year. This is going to be a book where you look at it every single day, whether it's every morning, afternoon, or evening. This is going to be a book where you can read to yourself, read your goals, your dreams, and your movements. Inside, you will be drawn into a year that hasn't happened yet. This is a book where you get to write your own story, your own future, your 2023 year. In order to do this, we need to reflect on our year. In this case, we are reflecting back on the year of 2022. Start with January. What happened in January that made you happy, that made you move your body? Is there anything that impacted you in the month that you remember to this day? I want you to sit and look at your calendar, starting at January of 2022, and writing down all of the good things, the good moments, the happy times, the trips, the walks, the laughters, and the yeses you said. Write them all out in point form. What made you stronger? What are you grateful for in that month? Any lessons you learned that impacted you? Were you able to get out and ride? How did you feel about riding? Did anyone reach out to you, a friend, a coworker, someone from social media, giving you feedback on something that you did that impacted them? Something you're proud of. I want you to sit and look at each month and write something down that you can remember. And if there are some unpleasant moments, I invite you to sit with those moments and pull any good from it. These could be lessons learned, setting boundaries, learning to let go, or to surrender. This may take a while, but write out as much as you can all the way through to December of 2022. You can pause this video or take note and do this after. After you have done your review, I want you to choose 5 words going into the new year. These are similar to core values. This may take some digging and lots of sorting thoughts and feelings, but I want you to sit and think what you want to channel for the new year. Is it more happiness, curiosity, determination, compassion, fame, friendships? I'm going to list off some words that can help you feel and connect with. I find this extremely helpful. Adventure, authenticity, balance, beauty, boldness, compassion, challenge, citizenship, community, contribution, creativity, curiosity, determination, fairness, faith, fame, family, friendships, fun, growth, happiness, honesty, humor, influence, inner harmony, intelligence, joy, justice, kindness, knowledge, leadership, learning, love, loyalty, meaningful work, openness, optimism, peace, pleasure, popularity, recognition, reputation, respect, responsibility, security, success, spirituality, trust, thrill, wealth, and wisdom. Those are just a few, but if you have any other ones that I did not list, write those down. I want you to feel a connection. Each word that you write down, I want you to expand on the why. For example, one of the words going into this year of 2023, I chose challenge. I have been known to love challenges. When someone tells me to work on something, or when someone tells me no, or when I find a roadblock, I challenge myself in new ideas and to take action. In order for me to really hone in on challenge, I want to expand myself and I want to think of creative ways that are challenging but get me the result that I'm looking for. To take my skills as a rider and challenge myself to do bigger obstacles, to challenge myself with uncomfortable situations. I want to challenge myself to get creative, think outside of the box. How can I do X and achieve that Y? And if I'm bored doing that X, how can I challenge myself to achieve that Y? Now that you have those 4 to 5 words written down, the next section is going to be setting goals. I want you to write down goals that will achieve more of the chosen 5 words. This sounds confusing, so let me explain. For example, if one of your words is health, for instance, then your personal goals may look or sound like this: to stay consistent with nutrition, to stay active, to spend more time in nature, to do one activity outside every day. You can also elaborate on those bullet points. So let's say you wrote down to stay active. You can then continue writing examples of how you will stay active. Maybe more yoga, more workouts, lifting heavier, more cardio, more stretching, outdoor walks, more runs, more hikes, more riding, more playing. If you're running a business, I invite you to write business goals next. Your business core values may be different from your personal, so go through choosing those 4 to 5 words and then listing out your goals. For example of this, my business is Brat Babes, and one of my core values for Brat Babes is community. So my goal is bringing women together. How do I achieve this? Well, by podcast, filming, social rides, etc. Next, we're going to create a section called Do More. In here, we are going to write out what we want to do more of. Be very specific with these. They don't need to be paragraphs, just a few words. What do you want to do more of this year? To dance more, to laugh more, to say yes more, to go on trips more, to be with people that light you up, to snowmobile more, to ride in trees more, to scare yourself a little while learning something new, to love your sport, to find your tribe or girl crew, to dial in those log hops on your dirt bike, to nail that wheelie, do more of reading books, listening to audio or podcasts, to learn a new skill, to drink coffee outside, to play with your kids. These are just all examples. And last writing script in our vision journal is the big end year numbers. I don't necessarily love writing down numbers, as I feel like they can be unrealistic numbers. However, I do find it helpful to have an idea on where and how you can achieve those numbers. So these numbers can be anything from how much you want to bring in this year, as far as your income goes, any passive income ideas that you want to follow through with. Maybe you have an idea or a project that hasn't started and you want to set the intention to completing that project by a certain date. Or if you started a project and haven't finished it yet, you can set a date for completion. If you're setting out intentions and goals with a date or a number attached, give yourself a realistic time frame. I like to give myself a year for big projects and then little ones quarterly or half a year. So for example, last year, I wrote down a big goal to get a journal published by June 1st of 2022. Because I set a realistic time frame, I was able to publish my Inhale inhale the 2-stroke, exhale the bullshit notebook journal by the end of February of 2022. I also wanted to design some new merch for the summer and gave myself a time frame for that as well. So these are just ideas to get you thinking. If you have money attachment goals, like how much you want to make in a year, write that down, but also write out how you will get there. Is it through one stream of income, or do you have multiple streams of income? What are some ways that you can bring in that amount into your life? Maybe you can do an Airbnb, affiliate links, sponsored posts, garage sales, marketplace, Poshmark, Etsy, digital products, so much more things that you could do. And if you are a content creator or an influencer, you might have some follower growth ideas and what your goals are for those numbers. For instance, if you have TikTok, maybe your goal is to grow your audience. Write out a number and be realistic on how you believe you will achieve that number. What are your action steps to get there? What are you going to do to get there? Post more, go live, create stories, etc. If your goal is engagement on posts, like how many people loved your stories, how many people messaged you from a post, more comments, etc. And let's chat about our sports, because the majority of you watching in either love dirt biking or love sledding. Maybe you want a new dirt bike or snowmobile for next December of 2023. What are your action steps to get there? Do you have a list of skills you want to master for the year? Do you want a bag full of tricks when it comes to riding sleds or dirt bikes? What are those skills or tricks, and how will you claim them for your own? Maybe it's more seat time. If you need more seat time, what is stopping you from getting there? Is it finding sitters? Is it finding riding buddies? Do you need more training? Do you need more dedication and motivation? Do you need an accountability partner? Do you need to hire a mentor? Do you need a coach? Etc. Here is one of my big goals for the spring and summer of 2023. I want to put on dirt bike camps for kids ages 6 to 12. I want to make it affordable for parents and make it fun for the kids. I want to create these camps so that the kids will leave with the biggest smile on their face with what they have learned, and I want the parents to be so happy with their sons and daughters' progress on the bike. From slow and steady dirt bike drills, I want kids to enjoy it. In order for me to put on these camps, I need insurance. The insurance is high, and I am getting creative on how I can raise enough money so that parents and children can afford these types of camps. Because to me, every child deserves to experience sports. Whether it's skateboarding, snowboarding, skiing, dirt biking, mountain biking, etc., these kids deserve a chance to experience something they may never, ever have the chance to try. So how am I going to raise that money? Well, I have listed a few ways and what my action steps are to achieve that. So you can pause this video here to write all of this out, or you can take note and do this after the video. Remember that song I had asked you to choose earlier? After writing out your goals, dreams, and visions, we are going to sit down and do a quick meditation. I will walk you through some visualizations, but I want you to take note of where you put yourself, how you are feeling in these moments, so that you can come back to it when you play your song. Do you know that feeling where we hear a song and it immediately brings us back to a time? Almost like remember exactly where we were at that moment when that song came on, reliving the moment in the past. Well, we're going to create that feeling, but for the future. You're going to place yourself into a space and time where you feel so fulfilled in your body, mind, and soul. Maybe you finished working your dream job, and now you have time in the evening to go for a dirt bike ride. Maybe you're placed in a day where you are with your family. I want you to think of the perfect day, the day where you feel no or little stress and your heart feels happy. I'm going to sit with you for a quick meditation to find this place in space, in time. And after a meditation, I want you to visit this place often. When you play the song you chose, and you do this every day. But we'll get to that stuff at the end. Since most of you are dirt bike and snowmobile enthusiasts, this meditation will reflect that. So let's start this meditation segment. So get comfy, sit or lay down, close your eyes, and breathe. I want you to inhale for 7 seconds and exhale for 7 seconds. We're going to do this together, so let's keep going. Inhale and exhale. 1. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And I want you to continue breathing. I want you to place yourself into a place and space in time where you have achieved your goals, or place yourself where you are currently working on a specific goal. Place yourself where you feel the most alive. Place yourself of where you want to be successfully doing the things you love. Place yourself of where you feel most connected and all of your stress has faded away. Hold yourself in this place and space and time. While you are in this place and space and time, take a look around you. Where are you? What is surrounding you? What is under your feet? What are you wearing? What do you smell? What are you touching? Do you feel warmth on your skin? Do you feel the wind blowing in your hair? Place yourself where you feel the most happiest, the most fulfilled. And I want you to breathe here. Are the birds chirping? Are there motors roaring? Are there friends and family cheering? Are you moving? I want you to see yourself in a bird's eye view, almost like you are a drone or a bird, and you are flying around your physical self in your vision. What are you doing? Where are you going? What are you touching? What are you looking at? Who are you talking to? Anyone or anything around you. Now, I want you to have a point of view shot, almost like you are the GoPro attached to your chest, your chin, or your head. And stay here for a moment. Feel the excitement you are feeling. You are flooded with happiness and joy. In this moment, you are incredibly grateful for what you have, for what you have achieved. Those big goals you wrote down are all completed, and you are just in awe of yourself, in awe of your capability, in awe of your dedication. Keep breathing and feel this overwhelming sensation of gratitude, of happiness, of freedom, of being you. Hold this and stay here for one more moment. Listen to the sounds around you. Remember the sounds the warmth on your skin, the wind in your hair, the aroma smells that fill your nostrils, and the air you breathe. Remember what you have touched, the textures among your fingertips. What are you holding in your hands? Who is with you to enjoy this too? Take note of those around you. The faces, the smiles, their eyes, their hair. What are they wearing? Take a look around. Remember this moment in time and space, because you will be back here very soon. And now it's time to bring yourself back to awareness, back to your reality. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and open your eyes. Now that you're back, I want you to remember the place and space that you have visited, and remember all the things you have touched, smelt, and faced. You will be coming back to that moment every day when you listen to your song and take a peek at your vision journal daily. Your homework is to collect and print out images that you have seen in your future meditation. Start collecting these images and quotes and add them into your vision journal. And each page can be for different goals, different intentions. Maybe they are action steps on how to get there. They can be images of textures, of what you felt while you were in the future. Branches from a tree, grass while walking barefoot, water that you're swimming in. For an example, one of my big goals from 2022 was to have an Airbnb, and I dedicated a full page to creating a feeling for my Airbnb. Now, I didn't have the budget to get exactly what I wanted. However, I created a cozy place for my guests to enjoy with what I had. And to be honest, I really didn't think this was going to happen because I had major doubts about renting out my camper, especially when it was at the end of the summer going into fall. But that being said, I gave it a try. I did some work and was very successful. It was booked up for the remainder of the summer and in the fall. I understand collecting images and quotes will require some time, so do this when you can. However, the sooner you have glued your images into your book, the quicker the practice will take place. You can glue or tape, doesn't matter. I prefer to tape, to be honest. That way it doesn't create a big mess. Once you have completed the task of collecting your images and sticking them in place, I want you to look at your vision journal every day. If you have a minute to do this, great. Sit there with your vision book open and listen to your song that you had chosen in the beginning, and place yourself into the future like you did in your meditation. You'll be visiting that place every single day for a minute or two, or however long you want to be in that future moment. I want you to do this every day and find that excitement, that happiness that you feel in your meditation. You can sit there looking with your eyes open, listening to your song, and this is how we are tricking our brain to believe that you have been there already. It's going to create a memory and feel like it has already achieved all of those things you said you wanted to achieve. If you want to learn more about these types of meditations, I highly recommend on reading the book Becoming Supernatural with Dr. Joe Dispenza. His book and meditations have really helped me with a lot of my mindsets and manifestations, and I will link his book into the description box below. We are nearing the end of our chat, but as promised, here are a few things that I have manifested and come true for me at the end of December 2022. As mentioned already, my Airbnb was very successful, which blew me away. I had so much fun hosting guests. I built my own enduro track, and being able to ride that for 15 minutes every day has been amazing, especially when I don't get a whole lot of time in my day to go for a ride. And the one thing that I'm most proud of is I actually set that up myself. And yes, I had my husband help me move logs, but I spent a lot of my time outside raking and building and placing and moving all of the enduro obstacles. And very proud of that. I wanted to teach my daughters on slow and steady drills on their dirt bike, which was very achievable. Both my daughters have been riding their bikes, and there's so much confidence that I instilled in them, and I'm very proud of that. And I am very proud on teaching other kids some slow drills and skills, and again was blown away with their progress within 2 hours of coaching them. Another few goals of mine was growing my YouTube. I surpassed my subscriber count by double. My affiliate links paying more than what I was expecting monthly, being hired by companies to do content creation, and to honestly enjoy and have fun with my sports. I can end my year knowing that I have achieved my growth, my numbers that I set out, and the way I wanted to feel, which was happiness, creativity, intelligence, and meaningful work. And that is a wrap on today's discussion. And I know this was a long one. I really hope you enjoyed this practice with me, as I have implemented this for the past year from a very depressive state that I was in 2021. I am very grateful I gave this practice a chance to feel happiness again. And with these little steps, I was able to accomplish big things for myself, and that is just a huge win. It was the small steps to get there. And just a reminder to go and collect those images. The best place that I found is finding images on Pinterest, and sometimes I'll even have images saved on my Instagram that really gets me stoked, gets me fired up, that's inspirational. So you can find imagery everywhere. Get quotes that spark something for you, that mean something to you, that really find those images that make you want to make those actionable steps to get to your goals. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am always happy to share tips and tricks, or even just chat about this sort of thing. So I hope you create the most beautiful vision journal book that's gonna inspire you to take action every single day. Even when you're feeling at your lowest, I encourage you to take it out, to look at it, carry it with you on the daily if you need to, and just remember your whys and how you're going to get there, what those feelings you want to feel throughout the year, and all of that fun stuff. So until our next hangout, keep killing it safely out there on all of your BRAP adventures, and I will catch you guys in the new year. So have a good one, be safe out there, and enjoy it. Bye.